Good morning, happy Friday focus. Today is the 3rd of June and I've got no idea where I am. I think I'll probably be in Santa Barbara or on my way to Los Angeles at the moment. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm not here anyhow. I hope you've all had a fantastic week and really nearly ready for your Platinum Jubilee weekend. I'm really sad I'm not going to be here for that, but I'm also not sad because I'll be in America. Anyhow, so today we are talking about how to analyze your business's financial position. It is so important. I cannot stress this enough. It is so important that we know where we are in our businesses. All right? There are so many people who are running their businesses. They're doing whatever it is that they're doing in the business, whether it's a service business or offering products, whatever it happens to be, and they don't know where they are. When they come on discovery calls from me and I ask them very simple questions to me, like what was their turnover last year, what was their net profit, things like that. Quite a lot of people look at me and sort of say, I don't know, I've got no idea, I don't even know how to find it out. I get my accounts at the end of the year from my accountant, I sign those and I pay my tax and that's it. What I do is I help people understand what those figures mean, but in a kind, gentle way. So I'm not telling you what's happening. I'm just explaining to you so that you can understand what those figures mean, how you can use them best in your business, and what you can do to start growing your business to where you want it to be, but being fully in control of your money. How I do this is I use Profit First. Profit First is a cash management tool to help you understand your figures and help you pay yourself properly, take a profit and make sure that your forward tax payments are already saved up. It is a game changer. Have a look at my website, look at the testimonials. As of the 13th of June, our new course, Cash Management, A Fresh Perspective, will be available, self-study course, but you get me in questions and answers and halfway through the course. And you also get a one-to-one with me for an hour at the end of the course. Now, that's worth a lot of money. A lot of people will pay quite a lot of money to do that. So if you're interested in setting up Profit First for yourself, you might have read the book, you've half read the book, you find it a little bit complicated. What we do is we restructure it for the UK market for limited companies and sole traders. It makes no difference where you are in your business. You can be literally just starting out, or you could have been running your business for the last 10 years. It makes not the slightest bit of difference, but it also makes no difference what your income is. You can still start paying yourself properly. You can still start paying off your tax properly. You can still make sure that you understand where your figures are. So today, as I say, we're going to talk about how to analyze your business's financial position. Keeping a really close eye on your company's financials is essential in planning any business strategy. And I'm going to go through the crucial steps to do exactly that. Every company should really pay attention to its current financial state, but an awful lot don't. It can be of immeasurable value for future business ventures and financial projections. We need to know. We haven't got a crystal ball, but we all need to have some sort of idea what our financial projections are. Not to mention serving as an orientation point where when you're deciding on the direction in which that company is going to go, do you want to sell it in 5 years' time? Do you want to take on a new member of staff? Do you want to just increase the turnover? Do you want to just increase your profitability? How can you do that if you don't understand your numbers? Proper financial analysis is quite complicated. No, it's not. It's complex, but it requires a certain level of understanding of the relevant information. But if you approach that task with care and attention by following these steps, then you'll manage to get a really clear picture of what your company's financial position is. So number one is analyzing the value chain. The value chain is a process that identifies activities related to the creation, manufacturing, and distribution of your product or service. Doesn't make any difference. This process also involves a thorough examination of the internal activities to determine which are the most valuable and which need improvements. Reviewing individual steps and their costs will give you a really valuable insight into the basic expenses of making your product or producing the information that you need for your service, making it available for sale, basically. So number two is reviewing the financial statements. And I don't mean just looking at your accounts when your accountant gives them to the end of the year. I mean reviewing those financial statements. When you review the financial statements, it's really important to understand the vital components and terms. And I'm going to give you some really brief explanations here, because if you're just starting out in business or you don't understand your numbers, sometimes it can be a bit scary asking an accountant what these things are, because you feel like you should know what they are. Nobody should know what they are, but this will help you, I hope, understand what the basics are. So the balance sheet, this is quite often your main focal point. Although most people think your profit and loss is your focal point, it shouldn't be. It should be your balance sheet. The statement presents the assets, i.e. what you own, and the liabilities, i.e. what you owe, as well as the equity, which is what you have in the business on an annual basis. And it's not just actually on an annual basis, you can do it at any time. If you have a cloud accounting system such as Xero or QBO or Free Agent or any of the ones that you've got, you will be able to get a report, a balance sheet report for any date that you want to, but it's usually done on an annual basis. Under the assets and liabilities, you will find both current, i.e. expected to last for less than 12 months assets, and non-current, which will last for more than a year. These are usually your fixed assets. So it could be your equipment, it could be property, it could be anything. It's usually equipment in a small business though. Dividing those total assets by the total liabilities, i.e. what you owe, will give you your current ratio. This is a really reliable way to assess what your company's ability is to fulfill all of the ongoing obligations that it's got, all the payments that it's got to make out. Subtracting the liabilities from the assets gives you a book value, which expresses what they call the shareholder capital and the company profits. Number 3 is measuring the risk and the profit, potential profit. Sorry, it's not. I forgot to do the profit and loss. The profit and loss, or sometimes it's called the income and expenditure, is your next most important financial statement. This will give you a clear view of what your turnover is, i.e. what your revenue and your sales are, but it will also tell you what all of your expenses are. Now, if you've got a detailed profit and loss, then that will break down all of those expenses. So you'll be able to see what you're spending on staff salaries, directors' remuneration, advertising and marketing, accounting, stationery, phone, all of those sorts of things will be in your profit and loss. You have the basic formula normally for your profit and loss is your turnover minus your expenses, and that gives you your net profit. Now, if you're a sole trader, this is what you'll pay tax on. If you're a limited company, this is what you'd pay corporation tax on. There are two different things. It totally depends on what type of structure you have in your business. Your profit and loss and your balance sheet are the most important financial statements to be able to look at and to understand. So number 3 is measuring the risk and the potential profit. Once you get a grip on these financial statements, you really need to examine how profitable your business is at the moment and compare that to the company's assets and equity. Doing that will help you understand how well your company can deal with the market's risks and challenges ahead. The crucial aspect of this step is comparison. You'll need to look at current data concerning the numbers that have already happened, as well as your competitors and your marketplace averages. If you are in the process of trying to grow your business, you need to know what other people are doing. Competitors are good because it gives you a comparison to look at. It's really, really useful. So number 4 is creating a forecast. To make the most out of any analysis, you should really use the gathered information that you've got to create a financial forecast. The forecast is going to be based on your assumption about how your business will grow and the market situation in the foreseeable future. So it is a little bit like a crystal ball, but you can work on previous month's turnover, and you can also work on previous month's expenses. So when you build your forecast statement, it will be a really valuable tool for detecting areas for your business that could be improved. It will also prepare you for challenges that might lie ahead. Now, your accountant should be able to set you up a cash flow forecast, either on a spreadsheet or using your cloud accounting system. There are various ways of doing it so that it really works for you. And I wouldn't our circumstances as we're in at the moment, I wouldn't do a forecast for a whole 12 months. I would only do one for about 3 months, because you don't want to look too far ahead as far as your cash flow is actually concerned. So the last thing is analysing, planning and reacting. Dealing with the challenging task of financial analysis, it shouldn't be an isolated effort, really. The point of developing a thorough understanding of your financials is to formulate a strategy and execute it efficiently. Cutting down on the costs, preparing a precise plan of action, and being ready to push your business in the right direction. As I said, if you need help doing this, if it seems to be so overwhelming, just the idea of understanding what's going on in your business, then come and see me. This is what I do. This is what I love to do. This is what my passion is to help people understand and get clarity on where their business is. So then we can structure some sort of strategy and work out how we're going to do that so that we can scale your business. So if you're interested in that, please do have a look at my website and click on the discovery call, make an appointment button, whatever it's called, call to action, I think it's called. And if you're interested in profit first, then please do come along to my course. It's going to be an absolute game changer. If you haven't set up profit first in your business, or if you've sort of set it up but it's not quite working for you, have a look at this. It's going to be a real game changer for your business. It's going to make you understand your figures, but it's also going to make you really focus on what you need to do to be able to pay yourself properly, make sure that your taxes are saved up, and also reward yourself. I don't mean just pay yourself, I mean reward yourself for all the hard work that you're putting in your business. Now, I can't say hard work because we're not allowed to say that anymore. I'm reading an amazing book by Greg McKeown called Effortless. And it's all about how the language that we use in our lives makes life much harder. So the things that we say, oh, it's easier said than done. It's going to be hard work. It doesn't have to be hard work. None of it has to be hard work. But getting some sort of rhythm and routine into your business on how you're looking at your numbers so that you really understand them just gives you that peace of mind that you're okay, you can do this, you know what's happening. If you're working with me, you have a quarterly meeting. We go through all of your figures. We go through whatever's changed in the last quarter. We go through your profit first to make sure it's all working for you, that the predetermined percentages are working for you. But also I keep you very much accountable to whatever your 90-day goal was for the previous quarter. Anyhow, if you're interested, please do come along, make an appointment for a discovery call when I get back, and I would love to see you. Have a fabulous week. Bye.